Whenever you're ready, I guess.
All right, I'm recording. If you want to clap a couple times to sync up everything.
All right, we're good.
We all good?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Blac Francis, how are you, brother?
I'm good. I'm good.
You good? You sure you good?
Yeah. All right. First off, let's not do the Blac Francis. I mean, we know each other well enough. Just call me by my name.
That's not, fam. I hate when you do this shit, bro.
No.
You be killing me because your name is Blac Francis.
Yeah, stage name, but like we're close enough. Like if this was a cold interview, then I'd be like, all right,
got you.
Call me Blac Francis. But like we got years under our belt, so let's.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Hello, guys. My name is Zoe from the Row, and I'm Zach Sims.
Oh, why you put my @ handle? What the fuck?
What do you want me to do?
Just my name. Just my name. Zach. I'm here with Zach.
Your name's not I'm.
On Instagram. But oh my god.
Let's try it again. This is Zoe from the Row, Swing Daddy been the corner, and I'm here with Zach Sims.
All right. Yeah. See, that was nice. That was a nice intro. That was good.
Nice. All right, buddy. So apparently you have a project coming out soon.
Yeah.
And the name of that project is Chrome Heart Omega.
Yes.
And we will get to that eventually.
Okay.
But I kind of want to start from the very beginning. It might be a little slow, but you're my homeboy, so I know a little bit of this stuff, so I want you to kind of walk through it with me.
Okay.
High school.
High school.
Let's start about 9th grade. Where were you at?
9th grade. I was in Fredericksburg. I was here. I was in Massaponax High School. Doing sports. That's just about it. I wasn't doing anything.
Now you gotta talk that talk, bro. Talk that shit.
I wasn't doing anything in ninth grade. No, I wasn't doing anything really. I mean, yeah, I was on the football team, but I got kicked off for grades, and then I ran track. But that was it. I wasn't doing anything like music wise or anything like that. And it wasn't until after 9th grade, I got into music.
Gotcha.
And then from there.
Now, I do know that you were very, very good at track.
Yes.
You were very fast. I remember that personally. Been to a couple of your track meets. I've seen you run.
Yeah.
Outrun every nigga on the track. When did that transition happen when track became kind of a side thing and music became
well, I was running track since I was like 8.
Right.
Yeah, since I was 8. So, so pretty much from 8 years old to 17 when you graduate. Yeah. I was like music. To be honest with you, I didn't really take music like seriously until maybe like 4 years ago.
Okay.
4 or 5 years ago.
No, that's real.
So I mean, like I've been doing it since 2010. Figuring stuff out because it was fun and it was more of a hobby and things like that. But yeah, I didn't like really sit down and be like, all right, let's see where I can actually do with it. That was like 2016.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's when I dropped Sunset Forever.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was. So about around the time you had the name change, and I don't.
Yeah.
For those who may not know you from your former moniker, but from Mordecai, when you changed from Mordecai to Blac Francis, do you think that's when we saw the shift as far as the seriousness?
Yeah, for sure. Music? Yeah, because at the time I was I was in a band.
Right.
And which to be honest with you, probably like the favorite part of this whole music journey that I've been on was definitely being with the homies and being in a band. The feeling of it is amazing. But we were doing rehearsal and I'm directing people like do this, do that, do this, blah blah blah. And our guitarist Shane, he just stopped playing and was like, "Yo, you remind me of Blac Francis," and I was like, who is that? Oh, I like the ring of it, right. But I was like, who is that? And he was like, "Oh no, that's the lead singer of the Pixies." Oh. So I was like, oh. So I definitely took that name.
Gotcha.
But he spells it Black.
Okay.
Blac. So hopefully I don't have to change it in the future.
Right.
But I got some contingency plans,
Gotcha.
just in case. But yeah, so that's where that came from. But yeah, once I was like, yo, that I want that as my name, I definitely decided to take things more seriously. And then like 2020 was like the year where I was like, yeah, I'm gonna keep rolling with it.
Right.
I'm gonna really like.
Right. So I want to pick up where you're leaving off with 2020.
Yeah.
2020, personally, I noticed, like you're saying, a shift.
Mm-hmm.
The shift in the music itself, I just noticed that you began to progress. Of course, 2020 was a year that was filled with a lot for you, saying a lot of content-wise, so you could definitely see the growth in between that all of that was done in 2020. What would you have to say to the creative process and that growth in which we had seen?
It definitely stems from my personal life being more interesting. Yeah, 2020, you know, I was just doing a lot. I was dating this girl. I was traveling. So there was a lot of stuff to pull from.
Mm-hmm.
I had been able to shift my production process. I had finally gotten some equipment that I was looking to get for a while, and that definitely shifted my sound completely. But that was the sound that I wanted to go towards. So it worked out that 2020 was the year for growth. Granted, the whole world stopped, but that was definitely my busiest year. I feel like 2021 was actually pretty busy too. But when 2020 hit, I told myself I'm gonna put out as much content as I can for the next 2 years, and then from there I'll be more strategic with whatever I'm doing.
Right.
And it's funny, man, because a lot of people are like, man, Zach, how do you're so, they say I'm strategic with a lot of stuff, but I'm really not. And Daniel will tell you, it's like, all right, we'll film here, we'll do this, and this, and then we'll go into the editing process as far as videos go, and then, we'll kind of wing it there. We'll have like a loose idea, and then 9 times out of 10, once he sends it to me and it's right, I drop it right then and there. I don't like I don't like, all right, let's do this on a Tuesday. I try not to do that, mainly because it's stressful. And I like getting things out, that way I can focus on the next thing.
In real time.
In real time. Like I can multitask, but I'd rather not.
Mm-hmm.
That way I can just focus on what I'm doing right then and there. So
that explains why we're hearing the growth and everything. And
it seems like I'm way more focused on what I'm doing, not strategically, but just definitely like in general.
With that being said, so with it being so, it sounds like so spontaneous, your creative process.
Yeah.
At least when it comes to shooting certain things, that has to say a lot with your creativity, because if anyone's seen your music videos are nothing like anything that anyone's seen before, at least in this area.
Yeah.
You spend a lot of time focusing on nature. You know what I'm saying? And things, and things of that nature.
We be outside. Yeah.
No pun intended. Niggas be outside.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For real. Niggas be out in the wilderness and shit. But it's like such an eclectic feel, but it also is something that's refreshing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What can you say to that? What influenced that particular style?
I just really like I like one shots. I like real simple concepts. I like the idea of combining, simple things with cool edits. So, being able to film, outside like when we did when we were in the amphitheater. I forgot what the song was. Still Alive. You know, we recorded that whole thing in an amphitheater outside at night. But you would never know that. But like, you couldn't get that same feeling if we did that in like the basement, in his basement, in his studio. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, there's, I don't know, there's just certain visual textures as far as videos go that, you know, I like, and it definitely stems from. Is it called like guerrilla filming? I don't even know. Like, it's just like it's not. I know it's not a typical way of shooting. I know it's probably not a typical way of editing, but
Right.
you know, me and Daniel have a pretty good workflow, so we are capable of turning things out pretty quickly. But yeah, it's,
And not to be taken wrong, but from what I kind of get, it's almost like comparison to like a lo-fi music.
yeah,
It's almost like a
Fi
lo-fi
video. Yeah,
I call it lo-fi cinematic.
yeah.
In a
Oh,
sense.
I
It
like
looks-
that.
It
Okay.
looks very cinematic, but it's lo-fi,
Yeah.
grainy,
Yeah,
but it still gives you, like you said, that texture.
yeah,
that
and
visual
that's
texture that
and
you're
that's and that's definitely something that I strive for, visually and sonically. Is it's like with my music, I definitely want my music to replicate life as much as possible, and not necessarily like on a lyrical standpoint, but like, what's the most human thing about us is our imperfections, right? So there's a lot of like, when you listen to my music, there's a lot of imperfections in it. You can hear my breath a lot of times. You can tell I'm a little too close to the mic, or you know, it's just little things that give the song texture.
Right.
And I feel like that emulates life better than, you know, me trying to just lyrically lay it out like that.
Right. Or trying to make everything perfect.
Yeah, and I feel
Yeah.
like in hip hop, that's like that's what, you know, hip hop is all about, is, you know, being really on beat, and, you know, making sure the cadence is perfect, making sure that this is perfect, yada yada yada. But, you know, when I listen to, like, you know, different rock bands and stuff like that, and when you listen, you know, there's moments where they f up on record, and then that was it. Like,
Right.
you know, and it's
Right.
like, damn, they just kept it rolling.
It's in a sense like your Bad Boy versus Death Row. It's your polished versus, you know what I'm saying, your rough around the edges.
Yeah,
You know.
but I figured out how to keep the rough around the edges, but also make these songs feel and sound big.
Right.
I don't think anybody, I don't know anybody really that, one, makes music the way that I do, but two, just some of the songs that I've put out just feel so big.
Right.
Like, they, you know what I mean? Like, they feel like they should be in a movie, and I don't know how. I've been able to recreate it multiple times just off of, I guess, fluke, but like, yeah, I don't know anybody else that's doing that or can do that, and I know it's part because of how I record and stuff like that. So.
Right. Which that kind of leads me to my next question, because I did notice that a lot of your music sounds like it should be scored, or it was scored for a movie.
Yeah.
Is that something that you want to do eventually, possibly go into doing like short films or?
Yeah, I would love to. When I was younger, I always wanted to make commercial jingles.
Okay.
That was, I always thought that was like a cool job to have.
No, that's fine.
But yeah, I feel like yeah, scoring a short film would be dope, or at least, you know, writing the songs to a short film. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So this next question, I'm gonna ask you a phrase. It's 3 words, and I want you to tell me what it means to you.
Okay.
All right. Alternative black kid.
Alternative black kid. As far as like today's standards.
Yeah, you can go by today's standards, or you can base it off of the standards when you were.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, when I was younger, for sure, I was an alternative black kid. Do I think I am now? No. Um, Mainly because the things that I like are they're mainstream now. So
They're
it's like
accepted in our culture.
yeah, they're very accepted now. Like when I was 15, watching anime wasn't popular.
Right.
But it is now, and yeah. But as far as alternative black kids now, I feel like are the ones that do, you know, they do like cosplay. I feel like, or I feel like streamers
Could
fit
we
into
even
that
say
in a
that
weird
they
way.
could be the actual tastemakers when you think about it, at least in the music industry? How can we put it like this? If we think about the alternative black kids in the music industry that we know of, they're kind of the ones that's helping the engine to continue to run.
Yeah.
Your Timberlands, you know what I'm saying? Your Pharrells.
Yeah. They would be, especially like Pharrell. They would have been their They would have been the alternative
Right.
black kid with it.
Tyler, the Creators.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hell, the whole Odd Future. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
So I mean, they kind of help, like you said, made these things such a mainstream thing.
Yeah, which I agree with. I wouldn't consider, but that's the thing. I wouldn't consider them alternative now, but when they were starting out, yes, I would consider them alternative. So it's one of those things where that phrase changes constantly, so it's kind of hard to pinpoint. But yeah, Pharrell when he was coming up was alternative.
Gotcha.
Tyler coming up alternative. Shoot, you can even go Drake at some point. Coming up alternative.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, would I guess in that aspect of outside the box thinking, doing something other people are not doing or can't do, then yeah, I would consider myself an alternative black kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I kind of want to bounce off of what you were talking about, Tyler. We were referencing Tyler as alternative black kid.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know that he dropped Call Me If You Get Lost.
Yeah.
And you and I had a chance to speak off mic, and I was saying that I was kind of comparing your next project, Chrome Heart Omega, to Call Me If You Get Lost. And what I mean by that, and if you listen to the album, of course you've heard the album,
Yeah.
and what he's speaking of, he's kind of glorifying all of this fancy shit, the house, the cars, and all of this, because he's trying to get over a woman.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, would you say that Chrome Heart Omega is in the same realm as that? And if not, then elaborate.
If you explain it like that, then yes. If you explain it like that, then yes. Chrome Heart Omega is definitely. I mean, it's not. I mean, am I? I don't even think I'm rapping on it. Honestly. Well, there's a couple of bars on there. Like
yeah, you got a couple.
Yeah, there's a couple of bars on there, but like, but as far as like conceptually, yeah, I would say they're similar. This is like the other half of Love After Sunset. So Love After Sunset is really about the feelings you have like months after the breakup, not fresh breakup, but just after the breakup. The dust is settled. You're like I still have feelings, but it's over. Blah blah blah. But Chrome Heart Omega is the other half of that of like, okay, it's over. I need to try to get over her or them, but I'm going to try something I've never done before to get over this person, which for me is using women to get over a woman. I've never done that before.
Oh, lucky you, buddy.
Yeah, I've never done that before. It was very unsatisfying. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was not fulfilling. Do I regret it? Nah. No regrets. But yeah, I mean the overall arc of the project is the first song is me entering into this twilight zone of somebody else, because that's not typically me.
Right.
So that's the first song is going into that realm, and then the next couple of songs are pretty much me going to the girl's house, us preparing to, get it in, and then, us actually having sex, and then, me leaving and kind of thinking about everything, and then realizing that didn't help at all. So that's the arc of Chrome Heart Omega. At the end of a breakup, usually your heart, turns to chrome. So, that's pretty much it as far as. So yes, to what you were saying, that was a long-winded way of saying yes. Call Me If You Get Lost and Chrome Heart Omega are similar in that aspect. Yeah.
Synonymous in a sense. Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's dope.
But I didn't do that on purpose. I didn't do that on purpose. That wasn't on purpose.
No, he didn't do that on purpose. That was literally the example that I gave him.
Yeah.
And it just so happened to work. Gosh, there was one more thing that I wanted to touch on. Well, what's something that you want to touch on about the project that may be like a little Snapple fact or something that people may not expect from the project? Or maybe features from the project. You want to give away features from the project quite yet?
Yeah, I mean, granted, the project was supposed to be out in last year in December.
They don't know that, but
yeah.
Now you told me.
But when is this? This will come out before the project comes out anyway. So
it will now.
Yeah, it will now. Now that I've said it, I've willed it. I don't know what I'm doing.
Timestamped it.
Oh God, I timestamp all the time. But yeah, no, it was supposed to come out like in December, but we had some issues clearing some stuff, so had to deal with. Wait, what was the question again?
Keep going. Don't look at it.
I forgot. Oh yeah, what I want to talk about. Yeah, what I want to talk about with the project is that this is probably the closest I will get to sounding
the way you sound in your head. Like the way you want to sound in your head.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Like I've never really talked about like sex before.
Oh, you're breaking down doors, huh?
So like, there's some songs on there where I'm talking about it. Mm-hmm. So that's different. There's definitely some songs that you could hear on the radio. You know what I mean? Like some of my other songs. A lot of my other songs are just like you said, like it should be in a movie or definitely on a playlist or something like that, but not necessarily on the radio. But there are definitely some. I think there's like one or two on there that sound like they could be on the radio.
So we're getting some polished vulnerability.
Yeah, this one's definitely more polished. I was working with my cousin. He has production credits on one of the songs, and he was telling me that this project, I sound way more comfortable than other projects, so that makes me feel good. But I will say that this I rushed this project, and I feel kind of bad about it. But I sent it in, and I can't like undo the process now, so it's like. But yeah, cause once Love After Sunset was out, I started working on Chrome Heart Omega, and we dropped Sunset in December. What's the month before December? November?
It's still November, right in it?
No, it's not still November. What?
The month before December is still.
Oh November. Yeah. All right, I'm tripping. No, I'm tripping. All right, but yeah. November. I think we dropped it in November, I think. And then right after that we did Chrome Heart Omega, so it was like a really quick turnaround. And
right, because you had the release party.
Yeah,
Which I have to touch on, because I've never in my life seen anybody do anything hologram.
Dude, man, look, fam, I tell you, dog. When I had the idea, I was like, this is crazy. But we have to do it. I went to Daniel. Daniel was like, hell yeah. Ooh, excuse me. Sorry, Mom. But Daniel was like, heck yeah, let's do this. And us doing the hologram told me one thing. We can literally do whatever we want. We can do literally whatever we want. It's just figuring the things out and execution. I've told Khalid, I've told RJ, I've told all the homies, the biggest difference I see with myself and a lot of other artists is execution. They don't execute well.
Yeah.
They don't execute their ideas as well as they think they do. And not saying that I execute everything perfectly, but execution is the difference between an A or an F, really. You know what I mean? So I think we executed the hologram and the presentation not perfectly, but as well as we could have. And I'd love to do it again. I definitely plan on doing it again on a bigger scale.
Right. Yeah, don't give away that sauce either.
No.
Cause you know me, the way my brain works, I'm a little off.
Yeah.
So I came in and I peeped how it was going. I was like, oh, y'all are sick. Y'all are sick. And y'all need to keep this going.
Yeah.
Daniel is a genius. And I wish he could turn the camera around and show light on himself.
Never gonna have it.
But he is a genius, and he needs to have some credit for this.
Yeah.
But dang, man, do you know the date for the project?
Well, it was supposed to be December, and then it was supposed to be January.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would probably be best to push it to early March.
I think it's a good springtime record, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, early March, just so I can, promote it a little bit, because I give it some love. I'm really bad at promoting my projects. I'm like,
Post-release.
I'm really bad at post-release. I really am. Once it's out, I'm just like, all right, on to the next. I usually don't do anything afterwards. Pre-release, I do a lot of content, but I don't think I'm very good at promoting the content.
Right.
For Love After Sunset, we were doing a lot of stuff, and it was like, oh, he's clearly doing something, but I feel like I didn't really drive the point of, like, listen to this because it's good. Obviously, and you do that in post-release too, but I didn't do that in post-release.
Right.
But also, there's a lot of stuff going on, just, personally, with, Kenny's mom passing.
Right.
So we're, dealing with that,
Yeah.
dealing with the homie. And then, me and RJ were going to do a show on the 29th, but we decided to change that, and now we're making it a benefit concert.
Right.
And trying to get the logistics of that together.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it's been taking up all of my time.
Right.
So
As it should.
Yeah, everything's good now, other than trying to deal with OBS, and I hate it so much. Mainly, I'm having one issue, and I don't know how to fix it, and I'm tired. You know what I mean? I'm just I'm tired of having to figure out everything all the time, just figuring things out. I want to be able to have an idea, and then just either find the people that know exactly how to do it, and then so we can just do it, or just be like, yeah, let's just do it. But no, it's always, oh, I got this idea. Oh, now we got to figure out how to do the idea. Oh, now we got to pay for the idea. Now we got to, and it's like, I'm just tired of that. I love creating. I love doing it, but like it's just like, man.
I feel you on that. That's why I try to break things down simplistically.
Yeah.
Like step by step. I remember when I was at Jamaica, there was a gentleman that came by. He was a co-founder of Def Poetry Jam. And I'll never forget what he said. He said, nothing in this life is ever hard. It's the simple, stacked on top of the simple, stacked on top of the simple. So if you go to the root of it and you figure out the simplistics of it, eventually you'll get to the complicated stuff, but it won't be complicated when you get there if you take it a step at a time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Long, short-winded saying, take it a step at a time.
Yeah. And
but it's easy. We all know that's easier said than done.
For sure. But I mean, I am grateful of having to constantly go through a process to get something finished.
Right.
Because, I feel like that makes me a more well-rounded person, more well-rounded artist. I definitely know how to articulate my ideas a lot better than I did 10 years ago. I feel like I can articulate my thoughts a lot better than a lot of other people, because I'm just better. No, stop. But
I really love the confidence that you've been showing.
no, but I just
it's about time.
I feel like I've done a lot and I've done enough to be able to move more swiftly.
Right.
I feel like I do move more swiftly, but I definitely feel like I need more people to see what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what Drake say? I need 50,000 people to see what I'm on. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. It's like I'm not gonna stop,
Right.
but at some point something's got to shake.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think you're getting close, and I don't say that because what I'm saying, you're my homie. I say that just because of the hard work that I see you putting in, and continue to apply the pressure. I think the thing about you is what makes you so different, what makes your climb different, is you're completely different than these artists that we see around here. And I was thinking about this and trying to how to articulate it, but you're kind of sort of are able. You're kind of sort of our weekend. You know what I'm saying? In the sense of, look, I knew you were going to make that silly ass face, so don't worry about it. I got you. I'm going to tie it in. The reason why I kind of feel like you're that in the sense is because when you listen to Abel, we know that he's hip-hop influenced.
Yeah.
We know that he has that basis in there somewhere.
Okay.
But he just does other shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Abel does other shit. The sonics of his music is just different. You know what I'm saying? But it still ties in to the, to the black diaspora. You know what I'm saying? He still gets love from us. He would be considered an alternative black kid in some sorts too. You know what I'm saying? But that's kind of how I see you. I see, like I said, you always with the homies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You always kicking it with us. You know what I'm saying? You eat the same food. You talk the way we talk. You know what I'm saying? The same nine.
Yeah.
But just the music that you make is different. It touches a different people. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of see you as the Virginia's, you know what I'm saying, the Virginia's weekend. And niggas gonna say what they want to say. Be like, oh, this nigga kept, but I said it. So, it is what it is.
All right. Look, I'll take it. And I always feel weird because the people that, the artists that people compare me to
Mm-hmm.
are artists that I listen to constantly, so I know the influence is there, but I always feel bad because I'm like, all right, who you're comparing me to, it always just feels like a cop-out. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, all right, like, they'll say Kanye, and I'm like, all right, relax. They'll say Kid Cudi, and I'm like, all right, relax. I remember people were saying Childish Gambino at one point, and I'm like, all right, relax.
Yeah, it's funny how they're naming all the alternative black people.
Right, that's, yeah. Yeah, but it's like, they're so big, you know what I mean? I'm like, for me to get compared to that is
the totem poles in hip hop.
Yeah, it's kind of nonsense to me. But I mean, I see the connection. I get it. I understand it. Do I agree with it?
But I mean, it's just the likeness of it. It's just it's how you approach the art. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way that you approach the art. You put yourself in that realm. Like a lot of artists have the issue with struggling from being the local artist to just being considered an artist.
Yeah.
I don't think you've ever been considered a local artist. And I think when you were considered a local artist, it was probably before you changed your name.
Yeah.
But since the name change and the change of the visuals, you know what I'm saying, you connecting with Daniel and you guys creating this chemistry, like, it's been phenomenal since then. So, like I said, I see you in a different light. Also, another person, King Josh, you know what I'm saying, a buddy of yours, the same way. When you look at King Josh, I don't ever think King Josh had ever allowed himself to be in that local rapper bucket.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's certain people that allow that for themselves, and you two definitely, but you more so, not to bring him in it, but shout out to King Josh, but you know what I'm saying? I definitely see you in that light that's different than the people around here. Almost like successors of MCs past. Not to say that they're not here, but MCs that have transcended to more better things.
Yeah.
Kane, for instance.
Kane, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's reminiscent of Kane. When you think about Kane, Kane built a lane for himself, and then he went hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you can see today that he's reaping the fruits of that labor. You know what I'm saying? And I see you doing that now, and just continue to go, because 5-6 years from now, You know what I'm saying? Niggas gonna turn back around and be like, damn, that boy.
Yeah,
That boy Black Zach Sims. Whatever you want to call himself.
Yeah, I agree with that. I know Khalid tells me this all the time. He's like, you're one of the only people in the area that's willing to do whatever. You know what I mean? There's nobody. I dead ass. I don't know anybody doing what I do, doing what we do at all. You know what I mean? Like I don't know anybody who's willing to fly to Alaska to film stuff. I don't know anybody who's willing to fly to Korea or Japan to do stuff.
You laid in a kiddie pool full of milk.
I laid in a kiddie pool full of milk. Like nobody around here is. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like nobody's willing to do that. And even this year, just trips that I'm trying to plan because I like traveling, but like my MO ever since I started making music or creating in general, I just want to do dope shit with the homies.
Right.
That's it. And I want to be able to bring all of my friends to these different places. Like I was telling Daniel and Johnny, we can't go to Japan for probably like another 2 years. But shit, let's go to Greece. You know what I mean? Let's Let's do something. I don't know anybody else that's around here that's willing to do that. Talking to my cousin, he was telling me he's in the music industry, and he was telling me that he's been watching me for a while now, and he was like, you're ready for the next step because you're doing it already. You know what I mean? You're doing the videos, you're doing the social media, you're doing the music. You know how to speak. Like what is what's missing. Is what he was asking me, and I'm like, I don't know. So I definitely feel like I'm at that threshold of some random Joe Schmo to okay, there's some buzz, or okay, he's interesting enough to throw money at him, or just I'm at that threshold for the next level. I feel like for sure, but until that happens, it's just gonna be making dope shit with the homies.
Well, that's what it's all about, bro.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna keep you too long because I know you gotta get back to making sure that project get out.
Yeah.
Features, dog. You keep skipping over the features before.
Oh.
No. Features.
Yes.
Who's on that joint?
You brought this up because you want to. You already smiling. You shameless plug. That's all.
Hey, look, I gotta do what I gotta do, baby. Look, Grey Goose, baby.
Grey Goose, baby. No, but you're on it. You're on it. Yeah, you are on it.
Thanks.
You are on a track called Shine, which to be honest with you is
There's a story in all of this.
It's a story to this song, but it's already a fan favorite.
Is it really?
Yeah, because when I dropped Love After Sunset,
you dropped it in a promo video too.
I dropped a promo video, but then I also Shine was a bonus song.
Yeah.
Nobody gave a shit about the other songs.
Right.
People just hit me up about Shine, and I was like, only Shine's dope, but like, I'm like, man, these other songs are crazy. Like, I was like, what? But Shine, I got in the beat from Bees down in 7.5, and when we were making it, I just did references. Mm-hmm. So all of my vocals on there are just reference tracks. Mm. We did it right then and there, and I really never touched it after that. And I told him that I was going to do more with it,
right.
And I never did. But then you came to me and was like, yo, I got to get on it, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yes. I was like, yes, this makes sense. I feel like you would sound good on it, and I think you killed it. So I think Bees will really like it.
Yeah.
I think everybody who was asking about it is gonna like it. I think it's a nice build up of what people heard,
right?
Of the bonus track Shine to the actual realized track Shine.
Right.
So there's that feature, and then there's a feature with Pauly. Honestly, the song that's probably the best song on the project. That's the song I feel like could be on the radio. I floated on there. I ain't gonna hold you. I floated on that track. Floated. Did not miss one note. Like like was getting busy. Like RJ, he always floats on his stuff. So like, and my energy goes right into his energy, and then to finish, how the song finishes is so epic. It should not, it's the song should not end the way that it does.
Right.
How amazing it ends.
Right.
It's.
You kind of wish it just kind of kept going.
Yeah,
but
it ends so big. It's just that's my favorite song on it. And then the last song on there, well, the one with Pauly, that's called No More Cellulars. It's pretty much about me turning off my cell phone before I have sex. No, but yeah, No More Cellulars with Pauly. And then the last one is another big sounding song, and I feel like this one could be on like an A24 type movie. It's called Moonlight Marriage, and it has Rick DeKey on it, which most people don't know who that is, but if you know who Chris P is, that's Chris P's baby brother, Kedrick. Kedrick, honestly,
oh, that little rapping. Oh yeah.
Yeah. He, like, if I had a label, I would sign him. like he is literally, if me and Chris were to do a Dragon Ball Z fusion dance as artists, he would be the one that would come out.
Right.
He embodies what I do very well. He's young, but he can rap pretty well. He freestyles like his brother.
He reminds me of how King Josh was when he was young. I don't know if you remember, because you may have not been in that headspace, but I remember King Josh before he was like making songs. Like when he was just freestyling and could just go.
Yeah,
that's
you know
but more or less around that.
Yeah, like it's like that. A lot of times he'll just freestyle his verses, and they'll come out clean, and then he has that melodic touch that he can add. Like he's a versatile artist, and we've worked together a couple of times, but I felt like he would have fit pretty well on it, and he does really well on it. Like how he structures his verses, his songs, they fit. You know what I mean? Like he just knows how to structure his songs. So, those are the three features. And to be honest with you, again, this is something that I didn't really even notice, but I don't do features often.
Right. You don't,
actually. I don't do features often, and that's not on purpose, but it kind of is, mainly because my style's different, so it's hard for me to be able to find somebody who would match the song correctly.
They will always be an addition to the record, opposed to being more sort of collaboration.
Yeah, and which is fine, you know what I mean? So, I mean, it's still a good song, but I definitely want to start getting in the realm of producing bigger records, and for me to do that, I have to be more strategic on who I bring on a song and stuff like that. So I definitely think Chrome Heart Omega is the start of that.
Right.
I definitely feel like these songs feel more polished. They're pretty big. I feel like the intro song alone takes you places.
Yeah,
It does. And you haven't even heard the final version. That's the crazy thing. But it takes you places, and that's one thing that's really big for me as an artist. I want to be able to put my listeners, not my listeners, but the listener, in a certain headspace with every song. And every song that I do make, I feel like I get closer and closer to that. Because I don't make a lot of songs. And this, trailing back to what you said about, my creativity, my creative patterns or whatever, I think that attributes to it is I don't make songs often. Like in a month, I'll probably make one or two, unless I'm like focused on like a project, then I'll make more. But a lot of times I'm just on the couch or I don't do music all the time. I don't know how people got to make a song every day. I'm like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it, man.
I'll be burnt out.
Yeah, I'll be burnt out. I gotta live life for me to talk. But I my songs are spaced out, and I think that's why my creativity kind of builds up, and then I can actually just kind of spew it out right then and there because I haven't done anything in a minute.
Right.
But yeah, these songs, just I think 7 of them, and they're all pretty good. They're all pretty solid to me anyway.
Well, from what I heard, I'm really excited. From what I've heard, like I said, I've been a fan of you for a while now. Probably my favorite project of yours, and that's why I've been on you so hard. Not because I'm on it, but because I know how good of a project this is.
Yeah.
And sonically, this is the best you've ever sounded. Just like how you said you floated on the record with Paulie, I feel like this about the whole project.
Yeah.
There isn't a bad note on the whole project. And if anyone knows anything about you, and based off of what you told us, you're okay with the imperfections. So if they go back and listen to some of the older stuff, they can hear some of the pitchiness.
Oh, yeah.
And I promise you, this new project, there is no pitchiness on the new project. So for you that like that, the sonically, the ear orgasmic stuff, this is it. This is it. I can't wait for it. So we don't have an official date, but we can go ahead and safe to say late spring, early summer.
Not even.
Not even early spring.
Early spring. Well, to be honest with you, it would be late winter essentially because March is still winter until you get to the solstice. Okay. So it'll be before March 21st.
There's that ABK coming out, an alternative black kid coming out. There it is.
Oh my God.
Go ahead, let me know, buddy.
No,
solstice.
It's the 20th. Like that's not even that's common knowledge. All right.
Oh, there it is.
All right.
Common knowledge. All right.
All right.
All right, yo. This has been Zoe from the Row. I'm here with the wonderful, the talented.
You can call me Blac Francis now.
The wonderful, the talented, the multifaceted Blac Francis. This has been a moment in rhyme. We out.